Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that this video reaches you guys in great health and strength, filled with lots of love, joy, peace and happiness, and all of the amazing and wonderful things that life has to offer. Today's video is a requested video. A subscriber of mine asked me a question pertaining to Indian and African Guyanese, and I thought that it was a very interesting question and a very interesting video to do, so I wanted to get all of the necessary information that I may need for this video before I sat down to do it. And over the past couple of weeks or days, I was reading up a lot about Guyana, and I'm ready to answer the question. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth. So without further ado, I'm going to get into So the Subbie wrote, "Hi, I would like to say that I enjoy your Guyanese related videos. I am Indo-Guyanese and I have a video request. I was talking to my Afro Guyanese friend and it seems that we have a lot of similarities but also some differences. I would like you to make a video highlighting those differences because I lived in Guyana for 10 years and sometimes I see one or two I see one or two words that you use and I don't have a clue what they mean, and sometimes my Afro Guyanese let's do this again. Hi, I would just like to say that I enjoy your Guyanese related videos. I am Indo-Guyanese and I have a video request. I was talking to my Afro Guyanese friend that it seems that we have a lot of similarities but also some differences. I would like you to make a video highlighting those differences because I lived in Guyana. I have to put my glasses on, sorry. I lived in Guyana for 10 years and sometimes I see one and two words that you use and I don't have a clue what they mean, and sometimes I would have to ask my Afro Guyanese friends what some of the words what they're saying is their Afro Guyanese friends would ask them some of the words that they would say and what they mean. I would like an Afro Guyanese opinion on if you understand everything Indo-Guyanese say, like our kitchen words, our vegetable names, our sweets names, and our terms of kinship. In addition, I am Hindu and sometimes I feel like I use more Indian words. Would you understand those? For example, Pira, Kir, Parasad, or Daru, or Faram. Lastly, I would like your opinion on a song called Coolie by Mistake, and if you understand everything he says. I really hope you make a video addressing this because sometimes I feel that even though we live in the same place, some things are so different. Also, I use Abi and Abidis for we and us, and Ayo and Ayedis for y'all. Do you use these? Do you or have you ever seen a Bollywood movie? Also, have you seen Coolie Boys TV? If not, you should watch this video right here. They left the link, and thanks. FYI, my family is from the country. So I am going to answer these questions, but I'm also going to talk about some other stuff. So the way that I'm going to do this video is in subcategories. If you see me looking down, I wrote some stuff down, and I also am going to be getting some information from the computer, and I will be telling you guys or answering this question to the best of my ability, and whatever I can remember I will be sharing with you guys. So I hope that this doesn't upset anyone. I hope that this will be an informative video for anyone who is not Guyanese, or even if you are Guyanese, you were born to Guyanese parents. I hope this video will be helpful for you and you will learn some things. Alright, so again, without further ado, let us get into the video. Guyana is a land that is made up of 6 people, 6 races of people, or 6 types of people. I don't want to use the word race because I believe that there's one race, which is the human race, and within the human race there's different types of people, different skin color and stuff like that. But if you cut all of us, we bleed the same color blood. So I'm just putting that out there. So I might not use the term race in this video. I'm just gonna use people. All right, so yeah, you will find 6 types of people in Guyana, but if you want to get technical, there's 5, the land of 5 peoples, not 6. The reason why I say 5 is because as I was doing the research for this video, I found out that, well, first of all, the 6 people that we speak of are the Africans, the Indians, the Chinese, Europeans, Portuguese, and Amerindians. No, the reason why I say 5 is because the Portuguese came to Guyana as indentured laborers, right? And they were regarded as separate from the British during the colonial days. So that is why they're listed as a different type of people. But if you want to get technical, the Europeans and the Portuguese, they're from the same continent, if you get what I'm saying. Because the purpose of the video is about the Indians and African Guyanese, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the other types of people. I'm going to mention them here and there, but I'm not going to focus on them. If you guys want me to focus on all peoples, please let me know, and I will be glad to do a video like that for you. Of these 5/6 peoples that are there, 1/3 of the Guyanese population is made up of African descendants, African slave descendants, and half of the descendants of Guyana are from Indian indentured laborers. There's more Indians in Guyana than there is Afro Guyanese. Now, the subscriber asked me to highlight the differences between the Afro and the Indian Guyanese, and well, the most blatant one is we came from different parts of the world and they came under different circumstances. So the Afro-Guyanese descendants were brought to Guyana as slaves, and the Indian Guyanese descendants were brought to Guyana as indentured laborers. So that plays a major role in a whole lot of division that's happening in Guyana. I personally believe that that plays a major role. It's a whole lot in the grand scale of things. So Guyana is a melting pot of a whole lot. Our cultures are different. However, one thing that I see, or that I saw growing up and I still see to this day, is that Indians and Afro-Guyanese do take part in, some of them do take part in both of their cultural events. And I am going to start with religion. Sidebar, I am a Christian. I grew up in a Christian home. Don't really like to use the term religion. I believe in a relationship with Jesus Christ. That's what I have. That's what I'm working towards, and that I just want to put that out there. So I am going to use the word religion only for video purposes. Right. Many of the Indian Guyanese are professing Hindus. 28% of the population are Hindus. I'm not sure if there are any African Guyanese who practice Hinduism. I've never heard of it. Maybe it exists. I don't know. I don't. But however, I noticed that a lot of Afro Guyanese do attend some Indian events, like Indian weddings. I've heard people rave about seven curry, seven curry at Indian weddings, and the other cultural stuff. I've never been to one. I've seen a few whenever I'm in Guyana visiting, and I'm on the East Coast, and where I'm at on the East Coast, there's a lot of Indian people, and sometimes when they have weddings and stuff, I'll be seeing the big motorcades and the brides dressed in her sari and all that stuff, all the culture stuff that they do in India, they do it in Guyana. Some of the people do stay true to their Indian cultural. So 57% of the Guyanese population are Christian. There are 28, like I said, 28% of the population are Hindu, and 7% of the population practice Islam. 2% practice other stuff, including Rastafarianism and Baha'ism. Approximately 4% of the population do not profess any religion. Members of all ethnic groups are well represented in all religious groups, with 2 exceptions. Almost all Hindus are Indo-Guyanese, and nearly all Rastafarians are Afro-Guyanese. That's some information. I will list the link down below to where I get my information from. Yeah, and a really crazy thing, I like to ask questions about Guyana, you know, early Guyana and stuff like that, from people that were born in the 40s and lived through a whole lot that happened during Burnham days and stuff like that. And it's interesting to know that spiritualism, people practice spiritualism a lot in Guyana, and Obiism and all that stuff. Obia people, that is actually legal in Guyana. That's crazy. I was told that it was legalized by Burnham. And also Guyana is a secular country. That is why people have a freedom of religion there. It was granted under our constitution. So
even though Guyana is a secular country, on paper, majority of the population are Christians. So I just wanted to say that.
We are a Christian nation, but that's just me. Okay, that's just my little thought. So don't I'm wearing a different shirt because it is another day that I'm finishing up the video. So even though Hinduism is specifically catered to the Indian public in Guyana, or the Indian people, Indian Guyanese, you will find a lot of Christian Indian people in Guyana, along with Afro Guyanese. As far as holidays, Indian holidays and events such as Diwali, Pagwa, Indian Arrival Day, you would find some Afro Guyanese either taking part in some of the Indian events, especially Pagwa. I never really took part in that, but Diwali is the festival of lights. They would have motorcades in Georgetown mostly. They would have stuff like that. And then Indian Arrival Day, I'm sure everyone who wants to go out will go out, because you get a lot of information and it's a lot of events and stuff like that. Afro Guyanese holidays, specifically Emancipation Day. Well, independence is for everybody, right? Emancipation Day, you may find some Indians attending some of the events that we may have, or they may have down there. They may take part in some of it. As far as Guyanese music goes, we don't necessarily have a specific sound, so that when you hear that sound, you will know that, okay, this is part of the Guyanese culture. Chutney and chutney music you would, when you hear chutney music, you would mostly think of Indian Guyanese. And with Afro, and you don't really find many Afro Guyanese listening to a lot of chutney songs unless a song is very commercial. You might find a lot of Afro Guyanese singing along to it or dancing along to it. Afro Guyanese, a lot of them listen to gospel, soca, reggae, hip-hop, R&B and stuff like that. And you would find some Indians as well listening to the same songs as the Afro Guyanese would listen to. But when it comes to Afro Guyanese, not a lot of them or a lot of us listen to chutney music, if you understand what I'm saying. Entertainment in general, Guyanese love to party and go out, and there's always something going on in Guyana every month, every weekend, somewhere during the August holidays and stuff like that. There's Jam Zone, and you would have the Indian night, then you would have Black night or the regional night or whatever, then you have the international night. And for the Indian night, you may find some Afro Guyanese attending the events, but it's mostly Indians. They would bring like an Indian artist from either Trinidad or somewhere in India or wherever, and they would have an event. And then for regional night, they may bring in they usually bring in artists from Jamaica, and there you would find a mix. Now for food, this is where I feel like we all get along, you know, the Indians and the Afro Guyanese, because we all enjoy food from the Indian culture, and I'm sure Indians enjoy food from the African culture. There's many, for instance, pulari, dal puri, dal, curry. Everybody in Guyana eats curry, okay? They curry everything. They curry wild meat, chicken, fish, you name it. Everyone eats curry, and you know, curry is mostly Indian food. And then for us Afro Guyanese, there's our cook-up, our metem, and some other African delicacies that you would find Indians cooking and enjoying. So that when it comes to food, for some reason food always brings everybody together. We can get along once the food is there and the food is good. I don't know much about pronouncing certain Indian words that they may use up in the countryside, because he's from the countryside and I have never been to the countryside of Guyana. I know, I'm ashamed. The farthest I've been was to Melanie Damishana. Oh, I'm lying. I went to, when I was younger, my mom took me to, any of you are from that area, she took me to see one of my great aunts. At the time she was around 90 or something like that, and that's the furthest I've been. I've never been to Berbice, New Amsterdam, Quarantine, or Rose Hall. I've never been on that side, and so I can't really say. I mean, if a Barbician came to Linden on vacation and they were staying in my area, I happened to have met them, then I would know. Of course they would sound different, but I can only speak for Linden, Georgetown, and a little bit up the East Coast, a little past Very High Sluss. I can only speak for there. Yes, I know of Mystic. I've heard. I don't know if he has any new songs out now. I don't really listen to that kind of music anymore. But I did hear the song Coolie Bye before. Coolie Bye Dance. And I never really paid much attention to it, so I can't really say if I understand what he was saying. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now, I'm going to Google it and see if I can read it up. Me just realize me is a coolie bye. Me has to sing some songs like a coolie bye. So me screw some bulb like a coolie bye. Let me beat some lick alcohol like a coolie by, like eat with my hand like a coolie by. My life little kid coolie by. Box and wave me is a coolie by. Huh? What? Screw some bulb me is a coolie by. Anyway, I do not use Abby and Abdies, but I do say Ayo and Iades. I think that's a general something. Iades is joke. I want somebody, you want somebody box you. I don't really use it as much, but when I'm around Guyanese, I would use some Guyanese terms and stuff like that. Yes, I've seen Coach Hotai. I did a video back maybe a couple years ago where I said that is, at the time, that was one of my favorite Indian movies. It had subtitles, so I was able to read what they were saying. Love that movie, cute movie. I haven't seen anything else. So this brings me to the end of the video. I hope that I was able to answer the Subbie's question, and also I hope that I was able to give you a little bit more information as to who Guyanese are, well, specifically the Indians and the Afro Guyanese, how we are different and similar. And I know it's kind of crazy, but that's how it is. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you want me to do another video like this but focusing on the remainder peoples of Guyana, please let me know and I will definitely go ahead and do that for you. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell button to be notified whenever I upload a video to this channel. And to all of my subscribers, thank you so much for being subscribed to my channel. To the new subscribers, welcome to my channel. I do hope that the content on this channel will be edifying for you. And if you have any requests, please feel free to leave them down below, or I will leave my email address. You can email me if you want me to do something, or if you want me to talk about something, if you want my advice or anything like that. Hit me up on my email in the description box. Alright, so I will see you guys in another video very soon. Please don't forget to check out my other videos, and have a safe and blessed day or evening depending on when you are watching this. Bye guys.